Welcome to one and all for ITSW 3104 lab number 4 Java server phases. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create the web application project. Say this is the web application project. Okay, that means here we have the form. When user enter the data in the form, once they click the save button, immediately this data is stored in the database. For this project, for this lab work, we are going to create the web application project. Now just open the NetBeans 8.1. Okay, now go to the project, file, new project, Java web category. The project is web application. Now what is the project name we are going to give? Lab 5, lab 4, because it is fourth lab in our course. Now next, select what is the server. Glassface 4.1, that is the default one. 4.1.1 and context path lab 4 and the Java Enterprise Edition is 7. Now click next. Now select the Java server faces as a web framework. Okay, this is the fourth step. First step, we choose the project type. Next, enter the name of the project and where we are going to save, and select the server and basic settings, and last step is framework. After complete all the 4 steps, now just click finish. Once you finish, that is the first task is over. Now we'll move to the next one. Right click the project node and select new and select the persistence entity class. That means next we are going to create the entity class. Name of the entity class is book. Now just right click your project node, new, go to others. It may be available directly also. Entity, ENT. There are so many categories. We are going to select persistence of file type entity class. Click next. What is the name of the entity? Book. And what is the name of the package? Entities. And make sure that this create persistence unit is already selected. Click next, and the persistent unit name is the same name your project name come with the PU is added. Okay, the data source we are going to select the sample. Why we are going to select the sample, I'll tell you later. That is see that. In the meantime, if it's creating, now if you check here, this is the JDBC localhost sample. This is the one we selected. Okay, that's the reason. Say once if you right click the app, just refresh, you cannot find anything, because once we created only the entity class. We didn't create any other thing. Okay, now the next the entity class is over. Okay, now we are going to add the properties of the JSF. That means these are the properties. For example, ISBN, title, price. ISBN is integer, title is string, price is double, and description is text area. We'll put as a string only data type. This is the integer and this is boolean, and this is the tag is string, and the language is that is also string. Therefore what we are going to do here, I have already mentioned all the things with the respective data type. Just I am going to take the copy of this one to minimize the time. That's the reason I took the copies, or you can do that. Now see that what we are going to, just I paste it. And now what I am going to do, private of visibility is private. First one ISBN. Okay, second one title, that is a string. Third one price double. Please note down the name must be correct one. Next description, next number of pages, next boolean illustrations, next one is a string tag, the last one is the language code. After that what is given in the lab, generate the getter and setter. How to generate getter and setter? Just right click, insert code, select the option getter and setter, select all the properties. Now once if you click generate, it will create get and setter, getter and setter. Two thing is created. Now this is completed. Now we'll move to the session bean. Actually, this is the one going to create and all the management of the JDBC. Now right click, new, others, just type session, go to the enterprise Java bean. So, okay, see, this is session bean for entity class. Just now we create an entity class. For that we are going to create the session bean. Okay, now this is the and from this there are three categories available. We are going to select session bean for entity class of the category enterprise Java bean. See here what it is going to do. If you select this option, it is going to create the session EJP, that is enterprise Java bean facet based on the entity class. Just now we create the entity class book. Based on that it will create. This template create the session bean for every entity class with basic access method. What are the access method? That means insert data, delete data, update data, everything you can see. Just click next. Now see that this is for this entity class only we are going to create the session bean. Session bean is a Java class. It will satisfy three conditions. The class must be public, and the second one is the class have one no argument, public no argument constructor, and it implements serializable class. Now just click add. It is that our session bean for this entity class is added. Click next, and here we are not going to put the same package. We are going to put the new package name called boundary in the same project. Okay, now once if you click finish, it will create that means that is one package is created. Inside you can see the abstract face card. See, abstract face card, it is this abstract class. It is having one entity class of generic type T, and after that we have one entity manager. Here we have create. This is a method helpful to create the what add the data in the database. This is edit, that means to update the data in the database. What are the entity? That means suppose if I create the book, then it will book entity will be added. That's a T is a generic type. It will accept what data you specified. According to that it will work. And this is the remove data, and this is to find the data of the particular ID is given. Find that, it will find all, and this is the range. Okay, these are the things. If you go to the book face cat, actually see book face cat, it extends your abstract class abstract facet, and it will refer to the persistent unit, and here it is having the entity manager method override, and finally it will refer to the superclass. Now see that what is the next step as per the lab. Now we'll go to, we are going to create the managed bean. Name of the managed bean is book controller, and the package is my presentation. Now right click the project code, new, go to others. Okay, I'll try managed bean. It is available only one category, Java server faces managed bean. Next, what is the name of the managed bean? Book controller. And what is the name of the package? My.presentation. You can give your option, but here we are going to use my.presentation. What about the scope? Scope is it valid in the entire session. Okay, now click finish. Now successfully created. Now we are going to annotate EJP. That means in the managed bean using dependence injection. Why we are doing that? To obtain the book facet session. Okay, to obtain. Suppose if you want to book facet, that means we want to make update in the database. Now how to make this one? Insert code, select call enterprise Java bean, select the book facet, click OK. Now book facet is created. Next step, we are going to create the object of book entity class, private book. Okay, now book and book, this is because it is not in the same package. Book entity class, it is available in the entity package. We must import that book class from the entity package. Now after that, once this constructor is called, we want to create the object of the book. Okay, now done. Now after that just add the getter, because we want to access this book outside. We are just insert getter only, not setter. Okay, just generate book is added. See, now book face get and call enterprise java bean. This is done, and see here this is called enterprise java bean done. Just we added the book, that means we added the property of book. Now what we are going to, we added this same, we added the one line in the constructor, this dot book, that means this refer to the property book, and it will, that means once this constructor is invoked, immediately it will add the book. Okay, now we are going to insert the book. What is the code? Public string, that means it is going to move after insert. This name must be careful, it must be same name. After insert, this is going to refer, this dot, it will refer to the book facet dot. We want to add the data, that means select the method create, and what we are going to add, the what user enter the book title in the book.xhtml page. And after that, once added, what we are going to, we are going to inform to the client the book is added successfully, that is displayed in the result.xhtml page. Now successfully all entity classes created, session class for the session bean for the entity class is created. After that we created one managed bean. Managed bean, it is helpful to bind your what actually to the data. Now what we are going to do, we are going to add the new JSF page. See, JSF page, there are two things. JSF page, what is the name of the JSF page? Book. Okay, that is finished, book is added. Now we are going to create this create the JSF page, that means same like this. But already I wrote the code, I kept it here. If you want, you can just click the click the ID tool palette. Okay, from this you can add the form, you can insert the label, you can insert the input text, all you can do. To save the time, what I'm going to do, already write the code, because our focus is not to write a JSF page, but here I'll explain only one or two concepts. Form, inside the body I'm going to paste. Okay, if you see this one, I'll take only one example. Inside the body we add the form of style, alignment is adjust, that means we don't want improper alignment, make it central, that means it is the central of the page. And the value, the output label, we given as a create a new book. For example, panel grid is the name of the layout with two columns. Why it is two columns? Because in the design this is a column. If you don't put this panel grid adjust central, this is not come, it is comes in the zigzag manner. That's the reason we put like this. We want rich graphical output, that's the reason we use this one. Now if you see that output label ISBN, what is the meaning of output label ISBN? This is the output label ISBN. Next one, input text, that is H colon, that is this is a JSF tag, this is the input text. What is this one? Value equal to, this is the expression language. What is the expression language? It is binding your XHTML page and the managed bean. Okay, this is only going to bind. What is the meaning of this one? Book controller, refer to the managed bean book controller, and inside you created the book object. This book refer to this one, and here ISBN. See that, I'll repeat once again. Book controller is name of the managed bean. Using the dot operator, it will accept the property of the managed bean book controller. And in the book, referred book is the entity class, it is defined. In the entity class we have the properties ISBN. Therefore once user enter the data of ISBN immediately that is updated in the entity class. That is, once it's updated in the entity class, automatically it is binded with the database and finally updated in the database also. Now after successfully done, what is the last left out is only the result, because in the insert book we call another page, that is we move another page, navigate to another page, that is called result. Now we are going to add the result page. Right click new JSF page, name of the page is result, and here we are going to add only one line, we are not going to display anything. Okay, just replace here, just we added, this is the information to the client, book is successfully added in the database, book added successfully. Now just save it and run. First time if you run, otherwise just start the server, you can directly enter the address, it will come. Now where is our book.xhtml stored? It is inside the faces. Okay, therefore book.xhtml, just enter, you can see the book. Now enter the ISBN number. Here we don't have any validator, you can give any number. Title, that is Java book, and the price is 15 real. The description is this is about Java, and the number of pages is 300. It is illustration ACL, and tag is EJB, and language code is I'll put is Arabic. Okay, now this is the language of this book. Now just click save, book added successfully. If you go to your database, go to services, just refresh your data, you can see the book. And you can see that, refresh the book, the services, right click, view data, you can see that, see the ID number is given, description about Java, illustration is 1 because I selected boolean, here 0 1 only indicates, and ISBN is 1 2 3 4 6, language is Arabic, and number of pages 300, prices, everything stored in the database. That means whatever you entered here, it is successfully added. Like that you can add many times. Thank you for watching. And today what we did, just we create simple JSF web application project, and how to create the design of JSF and how to add the data in the database. Very simple way. We are not write any exclusive program like JSP or servlet or JDBC. JSF take care everything. Thank you very much.